What's up, D? D, you frozen. Oh, you're moving now. How you doing, D? Uh-oh, you frozen again. There you go.
What?
You were frozen.
I was just being still. I wasn't.
Oh, no, you was. It froze a little bit. It's kind of glitchy there. Hmm. We gonna have what you consider a struggle stream.
Just lost a window. Let's see.
The way your account set up, you might be struggling.
Oh, I was gone. All of this.
Yeah, see, you struggling over here. What's going on, smart money chick?
I still struggle. Is it the struggle of the screen? The struggle of the screen?
You may have to plug in hardwire.
Hmm. That is not my fault. That is not the goal at all.
You got one of these, you can plug in USB-C and get internet off of this.
I don't have a USB-C. I probably need to upgrade this laptop, but that's another conversation
Mm.
that I don't want to have right now.
You should call your tech support and ask them about that.
Wait a minute, I'm getting a text.
You need to
I'm
go
getting a
off camera.
text.
You need to go off camera.
Mm, I'm getting a text.
No.
Preteen Jesus said, your tech support already know what she was supposed to do. This is an ongoing conversation that blah, blah, blah. Fix it. That's what Preteen Jesus said. Fix it.
Mm.
To the tech support. Systematic.
Man, that's pretty rough. If your tech support ain't looked out for you, you may need to get you a new tech support person.
Mm-hmm.
You should put a job rec out.
I don't already have a person in house. They days is number.
Their days is number. So D is looking for a new tech support person um, that can help. Can they be remote?
No, my in-house person my tech support person is in house.
Well, I'm just saying, can you
No,
you can
no,
no
no tech support person. They can't.
no. Mm, mm. I was trying to help you out.
Were you?
Hmm.
I cannot tell. I just need you to do what you're supposed to be doing.
I did. I removed you from the screen. That's what am I supposed to be doing?
I could have stayed not dressed for you and your shenanigans today. I'm just gonna keep it one thigh out. I could have stayed in my pajamas. Fooling with you. I'm not about to do this. I did not put this lip gloss on. I did not put on this shirt.
Oh
I'm fooling with you
yeah.
today.
Oh God. Oh
We
God.
could have kept this till next week. I'm not about to do this again.
Oh God. Where are my violins at?
Get your violin, get your whole string quartet
Yeah.
out for this. Not about to do this with
Oh
you.
God.
No,
Somebody help me.
help her, help you.
Somebody
I'm getting a
help
text.
me.
I'm getting a text.
Don't read it out loud. We
I'm gonna
don't.
get it.
We
I'm
don't.
getting
We
a
don't.
text.
That's not part of the show.
I'm gonna forward you this text.
It's not a part of the show.
I sent it.
It's
I
not a
sent
part
the
of the show.
text. It has been forwarded to you.
Let me look at it.
Sent the text. The
I
text
don't.
has been sent.
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna do while you read this text?
I don't see nothing that's came up on my phone.
This is what I'm gonna do while you read this text.
Now, hey everybody, welcome to Women in Linux. I am Tam, and Dee is in the background, and we just want to share with you some of the perks of being here on our channel. All right, so first things first, if you want to connect with us on social media, connect with us anywhere on social media at Women in Linux. If that's just too much for you, you can always come and find us on womeninlinux.org. And if that's not enough, we have even more perks where you can hit the connect button. Once you hit connect button, you put your email address in here. And once you put your email address in here, it'll connect with us in our Slack group. We have tons of resources in our Slack group. People looking for jobs, people just looking for advice, people looking for information and so forth, right? So again, this is Slack, it's not Discord. So on with using Slack, warn you, it is resource heavy. So you may need to use either the web browser, or if you're on your phone, you should be fine. But if you're on your desktop, and we know most of you connect on your computer, it's easier to open it up in your web browser so it doesn't take up so much memory or so many processes and so forth. That's just an FYI. That's how I use it. Okay. And if you would like to shop with us, we still have our stuff from our 5 year stuff. Want to shop and you want to get some merch, feel free to come here and get some merch. Again, if you come over here and click on all products, you'll see on all the products that we have, from hoodies to masks and so forth and so on, right? And if that isn't good enough for you, you can donate. You can always donate with your time. You can donate with your money. So, how do you donate with your time? You donate with your time by saying, hey, I would like to do a presentation, or I like to volunteer on helping us grow the channel. You retweet, you share this with other members. In fact, for those of you that come here every single week, we know you come here every single week and you don't subscribe, subscribe. That helps us grow the channel. That helps us get more content to you. Hey, research isn't easy. I'm not getting paid to do research. I wish it was at a university, but hey, I'm bringing this to you, right? I'm bringing this to you and us and for others, right? So if that doesn't work, you can always donate on PayPal by clicking the donate button. Once you hit the donate button, you have your own denominations in which you can donate. And if that doesn't work to you, you can always reach out to D and you can cut a check and send a check. That works for us as well. All right. So, what are some other things that we actually do have as well, right? So, we have a discount with IT Pro TV. You get 30% off. I've used IT Pro TV myself. I've done interviews with them. I'll pull those up as well too. But as you can see, I'm logging into IT Pro TV. What are the benefits here? You need to learn how you learn. So, one of the things you can do in IT Pro TV, you can come over here, you can click on courses, and it gives you a list of courses that's separating them out by certification and also separate them out by learning paths. You're like, Tamika, what does that mean? My four basic principles or my four basic foundations of skill sets that you should have is Linux. You should also have an automation tool, whether it's Terraform or Ansible. You should know at least a cloud. I don't care. Pick either one. And finally, last but not least, security. And security comes in multiple forms: security of the operating system, security of the application, and also security of containers, right? And cloud security. So it's multiple facets when we're talking about security. Those are your four basics that you're going to need to to get you a job and then move you up. All right. And we're going to talk about our membership here in another video, but I just want to get this out to you. All right. So that's 30% off of IT Pro TV. And last but not least, our Calendly. We have set up for our Calendly. Let me pull that up. I think I have it saved in my browser here, so I can just go straight to it. If not, I'll get it from D here. Here we go, right here. All right. So with Calendly, we have one-on-one sessions. That's where you get to talk to either me or D one-on-one session, right? Interview prep. Some of you are getting ready for interviews or you've never interviewed before. We want to prep you for an interview. resume review. Let's go over what you have, or let's pull all your skills together. Let's get things formatted properly. Let's get everything going. And last but not least, career assessment. What is your journey? What could it look like? What could you be going through? What are your next steps? Some of you are transitioning, some of you are not, some of you are looking to transition, and some of you are just trying to figure out what is your next step. So by saying all of this, we want you to enjoy your time here at Women in Linux, and also, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the share button, and last but not least, thank yourself that you actually did it. All right, that's all I have to say for you today, and goodbye. Will I get a chance to come back now? Are you gonna be nice now? No? Okay. Still mean, still mean team.
I swear we have two different shows. Like, where are you at?
Mean team.
My friend in there. Blink twice if my friend is still in there. Blink twice.
No. No.
Blink twice.
Did you enjoy the last show? You okay?
Oh, it was on fire. It was on fire. It was on fire. I caught the Holy Ghost.
Why did you catch the Holy Ghost?
But it was on fire. I mean, it is a cold revelation when you scamming yourself.
Yep.
That is a cold revelation.
It be like that sometimes.
Your mind is scamming you. Your mind's playing tricks on you. That is deep. It was deep. I was like,
it is. I mean, but sometimes, I mean, we do it. I think we all do it. We all had that doubt. We can't do it. And others put more doubt into that, and you just fall into that trap.
and that's why I'm a big advocate of start something. Start small. At least start. Start something. Start 15 minutes a day. Start an hour a day. Like start. Do something. I think the goals that we put out there are very obtainable in the chunks that we put out. I think it's very obtainable. And I know because we work in the steps ourselves.
Oh, they finally got some Red Hat stuff up on what you call it. I asked them for years about Red Hat. They was like, we got enough Linux stuff on our platform.
You didn't mention who, so I'm not gonna ask who.
Oh, ITProTV.
Oh, okay.
I had asked them to make content for them on Linux, and they was like, we got enough Linux stuff, Now they finally got some Rail 8 up here. They ain't had Rail 8. They ain't never had no Red Hat classes on here. It's new. I'll share my screen with you. So, what the other part about certifications people don't talk about is continuing credits, continuing education. You got to get them credits to maintain that certification and so forth and whatever. These folks reached out here, the EC Council. They reached out because they do certified ethical hacker. But let's go look at courses. And let me blow it up. Get down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, how do I get rid of you? Right there. Okay, cool. Go away. Clear all. Thank you. All right, so they have, and this is ITProTV. This is where you get the discount. Here's their GAC, right? This is the Essentials course, the SANS Essentials course, where it just go over security fundamentals. Let me go and look at the thing here. So in this class, they talk about access control and password, active defense, contingency plans, critical controls, basic cryptography, algorithms and deployment, defense and defensible network architecture, IT risk management, enforcing Windows security, Linux security. Got 20 minutes on that. Linux hardening, Linux monitoring, Linux security utilities, log management, network security devices, the whole nine. And then they have that class, which is the GIAC security essentials. So then let's go over here to GIAC security, and let's look at their um, essentials, all certifications. Right here, here's the class right here. It's the SEC 401. And let's look at the exam is one proctor exam, 106 to 108 questions. It's 4 to 5 hours long. And you need a score of 73% passing. So on here, this is a little different than what they got on theirs. Let me blow it up some. On here, they got AWS fundamentals and security, container and Mac OS security, cryptography, data loss prevention and mobile device security, endpoint security, virtualization and cloud security, more Windows stuff, and wireless networks. And then you get practice tests. Now, over here on that one, I didn't see anything about Mac OS and containers. I didn't see none of that in here. So this may be a little older. But this is what you have to do when you're looking at taking courses on these platforms. You need to go to the facilitator of the actual course, of the actual exam, and see what the difference is, because they may be behind.
Facts.
And you may be going to go study on Cloud Academy, and they've moved on in the exam, and the curriculum hasn't been caught up yet. So this is how people continue to get paid, because they get paid for catching up the curriculum on the exams in order to keep up with what is coming out. So that's how that works. So you can see there's a slight gap in knowledge there. All right. Now let's look and see how much this class costs. Let's register. Oh, you want me to log in? Sure. Now I just want to see how much it costs. It's $949 for the class, and it's a 4 to 5 hour test. So I want to see how much it costs. All right. So some other classes, and the reason why I pointed that out is because a lot of you be asking about beginning security classes. That's a good one. That's a good beginner security class, just like the Security Plus. I'm looking to see if they had, all right, security skills. The SSCP, I think that fall under CompTIA or something like that. I'm not sure.
Which one?
SSCP, I forget whose thing is that.
I don't know. I need to see how it looks in the title. That's how you can tell when it's a Security Plus class. I mean, a CompTIA course.
All right, they got security fundamentals, certified ethical hacker, red team, blue team fundamentals lab, AWS pen testing, how to pen test in AWS, IoT pen testing. It is security system certified practitioner. That's ISC squared. That's the vendor.
Okay.
ISC squared. The security plus, the CAS plus is uh CompTIA. Pen test is CompTIA. The CISSP, you got to get somebody to sponsor you for that, right? Hands-on web app pen testing. The CYSA is a CompTIA one. End user NIST and risk framework management. Hands-on hacking. Disaster recovery. Cyber Patriot. That's the one for the youth, for kids that want to be into, that want to get in security. It's called the cyber. It's a Cyber Patriot program, and that's the GSEC secure cyber secure coder. Um, and the list goes on. But you can pick any of those and be fine, just to get some idea of security. All right. So now let's look at. I'm not sure what the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program is. Let's click on it. So I guess you start learning all of the Azure stuff. This server hybrid core infrastructure, that's something I would look at. The AZ800, the AZ104, and the 305. Welcome to day 305. So yeah, those are some courses I would look at off of IT Pro TV, and their virtual labs and their practice tests for the classes that you want to, you want to just get some information out, you want to practice and so forth. Right? That's what I wanted to show you there. And let's get back over to here. All right. You ready, D?
Absolutely.
You want to hear what Condoleezza Rice is saying?
What does Condi say?
Well, Condoleezza Rice says, and they had to let you know she holds 3 degrees. America needs to make a lot more use of skill-based hiring. Skill-based hiring. Let me blow it up. Oh, I hate when it does this on my laptop and not on my tablet. Let me see. Gotta go in Chrome. No. Hold 1 second. Makes me mad. One second. And now you're frozen on me. Why? All right, hold on. I'm going to set this up so I can get it. And that way we can read without troubles. I should have did the payload thing. I sent it to you, D, earlier, how to get around these paywalls.
Did you?
Yeah. How you can get around the paywalls without paying. So it's on Instagram. How to disable them. How to disable the JavaScript. Okay. Oh yeah, here you go. Yep, I have read. What are we doing now? Why we not doing what I need for you to do? Why are we acting up? Hmm. 1 second. Okay. They don't want to go through. Oh well, I can't talk about that one. I have to bring it up on my tablet because I can read it on my tablet. All right. So guess who made the most influential list? And they did layoffs this year. IBM. They made Time 100 most influential companies of 2023. Here's the list for companies that made it. Let's see. All right, so of course Kim Kardashian made it with Skims. Nvidia, Duolingo, and that your crew.
Yes, of course. That's
Pat-
what I play my brain games, and practice my Espanol.
Patagonia, Maven Clinic, SpaceX, Ghani, JD.com, Stripe, um, I guess Mercado Libre. I'm getting an echo. Is that you, D?
Nope,
No. Bristol Myers,
I don't hear echo on my end for you.
Regrow AAG, Brex, Chief, Lexi Hearing. I think these are these the hearing aids that do the translation?
I don't know, but I definitely need a pair.
Circle Internet Financial, and Chipotle. So why do I show you these companies? Do you think all these companies have tech, D?
No, they
No.
are they are they are working on a Mead notebook, little notebook. They got trapper keepers. Like that's their operation.
Let's go look.
Manual.
Let's go look at Skims, and let's go look and see what kind of if she got any jobs. Let's look. Let's see careers, view open roles. All right, so their roles. They got roles on their technology team. They got roles on their data and insights team, e-commerce, design team, merchandise team, and production team. Now, I'm showing you this because this is just how you can look up other jobs based on these lists, right? When I say based on this list, based on Time 100's most influential, you've heard of NVIDIA. No, you have.
We got stock in Nvidia.
I
If you
don't
go
know.
to Tech Stocks and Jobs, I mean, that was like the first show, episode 1 out of 113 episodes. I mean, at least the first 3 shows was like, get you some of those. I mean, I was there. I was there.
Let me go see. Let me go to my Robinhood account. Cause then I was up, now I'm down. Let me see. Nvidia only bought 4 shares on Robinhood app, and it's returned me 236%, 0.77. So 237% for Nvidia. That's a good deal. That means I doubled my money. I doubled my money. So right now I could sell it and be okay because I doubled my money. All right, so let's go look at what Skim's talking about. So on their technology team, NetSuite. For those that are NetSuite, that's your software for accounting. NetSuite, Flutter developer and business system manager, all out of LA. The data and insights team, data analyst, senior data analyst, and loyalty program manager. E-commerce team, digital content coordinator, digital product owner, e-commerce VP of digital product. I'm just going by what they got, right? So you could, if you like Skims and you like Kim Kardashian, you can go work there. Skim it up, skim it. Just saying. But then look at this list for Nvidia. So now with Nvidia, we're gonna do this, and then I am gonna sign in. I think it's with this one. We're about to find out. No, it's not that one. It's the other one. Hold on, let me sign in with the other account. I might can get away with this. Let me see. All right, Nvidia. That's not what I want. I want here. Let me pull this over. All right. So we can come here and type Nvidia in, and you can look at their salaries. So they got different levels, right? Yeah, hold on. So they got different salaries. IC 6, 533, or software engineer, product manager 471, technical account manager 391, solution architect 357, but software engineer manager M5 can go up to 705. Data scientist, marketing, sales, accountant, human resources, information technologist. So, speaking of information technologists, let's have a discussion, D. Last week, I was on a show, right? And a young lady came up, and I just want to get some clarification, and I'm gonna do it again. And she stated that I was what she considered um, a technologist, right? And
I was offended for you. I was like, so you know me. I got to stick with the facts. I had to go Google it.
so, what is the definition of a technologist?
I'm Googling it now.
Are you asking Chat GPT?
No, I'm just going to the Google. You know, she's my number one. So a technologist is an expert in a particular field of technology. A person employed to look after technical equipment or do practical work in a laboratory. And then an engineering technologist is a professional trained in certain aspects of development and implementation of a respective area of the technology. And education in engineer technology concentrates more on application and less theory and does an engineering education. So we say everybody's a technologist. Because some people can work these cell phones. Some people can work these watches. Some people can work these laptops. Some people can work these SaaS products. Some people can work Linux. Some people, technologists. And also, what we came up with is that technology is not necessarily high tech. There's a plethora of technologies.
I am an engineer, so and I'm probably more of a T-shaped engineer. So with that being said, let's get into what a T-shaped engineer is. I've talked about this before, but we're back at it. All right, a T-shaped engineer is what I think an SRE person is, uh, even more so your data engineering person, and your DevSecOps person, maybe even your cloud person, but maybe because even with the cloud person, there's different sectors within that cloud that somebody could specialize in, like authentication, DNS, networking, security. There could be understanding how to scale, how to containerize applications or what have you. So there's still some specialty in there. But I want to say this: being the T-shaped engineer, all right, the T-shaped engineer, the choice between being a specialist or a generalist is debated by many engineers. Nowadays, the industry may need something in between. Need something in between. Now, when I say this, it is up for debate because somebody may be like, you should specialize. And then you'll go to a company and they'll be like, no, we need to for you to be a journalist because you're gonna touch all these things. You're not just gonna do just that thing, right? So it could go either way. So let's talk about it. As the saying goes, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. This is what a journalist is. If you decide to go that path, the journalist, your skills will grow horizontally. You will enjoy learning new concepts and will be able to satisfy your curiosity by working with different tools and languages. However, mastering anything will be hard. In order to become proficient with a technology, you need to dedicate massive amount of time to it. A journalist focuses on multiple things at once, so their attention is never split up. In recent years, being called a jack of all trades has a slight negative connotation. Journalists cover a lot of area in their skills, but may remain on the surface. Often, when challenging work needs to be done, engineers with deeper knowledge are needed. This came out in 2020. Specialists devote their time devote their time and work to a narrow set of technologies and tools. They sacrifice the joy of exploring multiple disciplines by dedicating their time and effort toward one area. That way, they may lack knowledge beyond the fundamentals in supporting areas, but become masters at what they do. Many developers are in this field because of the challenge. They like solving puzzles and untangling complex problems. It's often the specialists which are tasked with the most uh, difficult and rewarding solutions. Yes and no. So when I say that, meaning that you could be a specialist, but you can only handle one portion of that problem, and you still would need somebody else. Versus that journalist can kind of go through back and forth and figure it out, and then call in that specialist after they did their own diagnosis and say, "What's your thoughts on this? How could you do? How would you move?" But they've already initiated going through the process of trying to figure out that problem. All right. So it says software industry experimenting and looking for ways to build more effectively. In recent years, we've come to the realization that software engineers are not burdened with challenges of other industries. We don't know how to develop products the same way physical ones are done. We can ship faster, change frequently, and most importantly, revert if we have to. Nowadays, projects rarely go as unplanned from start to finish, right? And they're showing you, and I should show you the T-shape model, T-shape engineer. And let's go to images. All right, so here, and let's go here. So you may come out like this in the T-shape. You may be good across all those disciplines, but you have something in your core that you're really, really good at. It could be infrastructure, it could be web development, it could be US, it could be quality. And the question you have to ask is, where do you fall at on that? Where do you fall in on this? If you had to write out all your skills, where do you fall at T-shape wise? Like, what would be your deep dive? Would it be AWS? Would it be, well, I wouldn't say AWS. Would it be architecting in AWS or securing in AWS? Like, what's your bread and butter? And you need to figure that out so you all could be better consultants and understand how that money works and flows. So, especially with T-shape. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So when we see um, people talking about these NVIDIA and so forth and so on, some of these people are T-shaped and some of them are a little bit mix of both, right? A little bit mix of both. So somebody said they like the analyst job. You talking about this business analyst job or the financial analyst? Do you want to be a technical program manager at NVIDIA? No, no program management for you.
It's gonna make me work for my money.
You got to work for it anyway.
Not that hard.
Is it hard?
So, who I was 5-6 years ago, definitely project program management. That's who I was. Now that I've been in the industry at a startup and in the banking industry, I don't know if I want to be there with that particular role, with that particular name.
The game needs you.
I'm in the game.
Mm-mm.
I'm in the game. I don't think the game need me in that role.
I just got a text.
Forward it to me. Forward it to me. Don't read it out loud. Just forward it to me.
Okay. Now the text said you would do great in this role, and it's something that you always dreamed about. Why you out here scamming these folks?
Is that what it said? It's something I dreamed about. Okay. Well, let's pull up the job description.
For the technical program manager.
Yes. Because from what my feedback that I'm getting is that yes, I am definitely great at client facing positions. But when it comes to people hoarding.
Hurting or hoarding? It's hurting.
No, hoarding and hurting.
So here it is, technical program manager.
We can't see that.
Silence.
Don't silence me.
Silence.
Do not silence me. Silence. I will not to be silenced.
All right, you can see that. NVIDIA technical program manager for the next generation custom SOC silicon solutions. We're looking for special individuals with passion and desire to deliver innovative products. Together, we will build the next generation changing SOCs, right? If you're a motivated individual that understands how SOC systems are architected, built, has intimate knowledge of client requirements, and understand various deployment cycles, this is your place to be. What you will be doing is deliver to committed POR and customer agreements, driving complex new silicon platforms, planning, tracking, support internal customers and statement of work, deliverables, schedules, customer requirement compliance, develop and maintain program schedules throughout production, customer milestone interlocks, project execution tracking, metrics, work with customers, internal teams, and management to plan and execute SOX from conception to production. What we call from soup to nuts is what we call it. Your technical cross-domain support for issue resolution to keep the project on schedule. It's your job to remove the blockers and to spec out quality. And in this case, I'm not going to read that part, but work with external and external stakeholders to drive schedules, consensus, and communication. Support and encourage innovation while keeping execution on track, project leadership, and cross-domain technical involvement. What we need to see is you need to show up, D. They need for you to show up. You ready? What they need to see?
I'm listening.
Okay. What they need to see is technical program management of a complex 5.7 NM stock with high perf ARM subsystems, DDR, video GPU, ML, IP experience preferred, concept through SOW, planning, TO production, and post-production support of new product introduction experience with new architecture and technology SOC emulation. You think you can do this thing? 12 years. The range is from 212 to 339. So I know if you got it.
I hear those golden. I hear those golden handcuffs in the back. Tracy, it's not a fact if I got it or not. It is mentally. Is that truly the place for me?
We don't care about your mentals.
You see, it's it's one of those things where it's just like, is that the place for me?
It is.
Are all those hands in that phone ringing the place for me?
Yes.
Are all those deadlines? I'm trying to keep up with the deadlines I got on outside of the work on the other streams of my.
You need to go Tootsie Roll to NVIDIA.
What?
You need to go Tootsie Roll to NVIDIA.
I'm supposed to Tootsie Roll over there? Tootsie rolling?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how do you Tootsie Roll? Okay, I remember now.
I'm going over here to see.
You know, Tracy, I think I want to be like somewhere like I wouldn't mind something in that realm, but more like application based people ops. You know, since I've been in the mix, I'm like, how did we get over there? There
for 389, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, 383. That's 389 will be the top of the chart. But when y'all don't see me no more because they be like, "Where is D at?" D is up under the shoes at the NVIDIA.
So usually how it works when they make you a job offer, when they give you a range, the companies tend to fall in the middle of the range, right? And they know, and this is just a rule of thumb, they know you're gonna come back and negotiate for more. Usually somebody comes in at 250, they'll offer you 250, right? In the middle of a range. And they know you're gonna come back maybe at least 5 to 25,000 more. And so most of you all come back and be like, if they offer you 250, you be like, can I get 255? They be like, yeah, sure. You be like, oh, they gave me 5 more thousand. When you could have got probably 25 more thousand, but you didn't ask, right? So they always come in the middle. Now, some will say, well, you're at the top of the range. You're getting paid the most. And you'll be like, but what they got to do with me? What they got to do with you getting me some more money? I don't understand the problem, right? So, looking at this, I'm on NVIDIA's website. Um, they got 88 remote jobs. Let's go view jobs, and then let's blow this up. All right. All right. So they got business intelligence, and it look a little small. There you go. Senior account manager, technical project manager, HPC data analyst. I've been getting a lot of HPC data clusters, high performance computing cluster work coming out, particularly in California. A senior system software engineer, principal software engineer, and again, I told you before, there's a difference between senior and principal. Difference between senior and principal. Consumer internet services, senior account manager, a cloud service solutions architect, an AI ML stack, security, senior security research architect for confidential computing. Talked about that. We talked about confidential computing a long time ago. But D, I see jobs in here with your name on it.
You do?
The question is, are you gonna apply?
I apply.
Okay. Are you okay? If the job say they paying you $450, would you move back to California?
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it on this forum here because I already lived in California. I'm bi-coastal.
Okay, if they said you need to have a place here and come in the office 5 days a week in California,
I can make that happen.
you can do it.
I can make that happen. I'm
Put a
already
one,
bi-coastal.
put a one in the chat if you believe D. Put a two in the chat if you don't believe D. Put a one in the chat if you believe D. Put a two in the chat if you don't.
I'm bi-coastal. What are you talking about? We got this, baby. We got it. I'm bi-coastal. Did you put a one in the chat? You know what? I'm gonna need you to fix this energy.
me,
I'm gonna
me and
need
Tracy,
you to
me and
fix.
Tracy on the
Thank you,
same page.
Tech RX. Thank you. I need you to fix this energy.
Natasha,
Thank you, Natasha. I'm gonna
Natasha,
need you to fix this. I'm already bi-coastal.
Look, we already know Natasha a trader.
I'm already bi-coastal, baby. I'm already bi-coastal. What?
Heather, I can't believe you.
What you mean?
Heather,
I've been doing that.
Brandy for the win. Brandy for the win. Brandy already know what's
What
up.
are you talking about? I'm a California girl, born and raised, bred for this. Frisco's finest. What you mean?
Natasha, we know you're a trader. We know.
What do you mean? I'm already living in California. I'm already there.
We're not saying that. We're saying you going in the office every day. We ain't
What you
talking about
mean?
you living in
Look
California.
at this. Wouldn't you want me in the office every day?
No.
Hey, where are you going? What's going on?
No, we need for you to deliver. We don't need you to be rubbing on somebody's husband or boyfriend.
You put me in the office. This was your scenario.
We don't need you in there.
This was your scenario
with a work husband. We don't need you in there with your work.
You know what? And I'm gonna get me a van. I'm gonna get on that W. I'm gonna get me a van. I'm not gonna be living in it, but my she shed is definitely gonna have wheels. It's already. What? Wouldn't you want me in the office every day? Look at this. What? Coffee time, cooler chit chat, fist bumps. I'm telling you. Positive energy coordinator. Bow. You see how she do me? I need some of that energy she be giving y'all. Not the scammer energy, but that you could do it. You see how she do me?
Let me help you out.
Don't be giving them eyeballs. Y'all see it.
He fucked up.
That's you, D.
What you say?
This is you.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
That was you. That was for you. That was for you. What? I already live in California. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's over.
No, I'm talking about Attack RX. I'm already living in California.
It's over, D.
I don't need to live in a van, on a park bench, or nothing.
D.
I live.
D.
What part?
D.
Northern?
D.
Southern? Where
D.
we going?
D.
The north, right up under Washington. What we doing?
D.
Oregon. I can go places.
D.
Not only that, I ain't even got a place in Colorado.
No, you
all over this state.
Where's your place in Colorado? Where your place at in Colorado?
Where my place at is in Colorado?
Yeah.
What you mean where my place is at Colorado?
Where your place
I can't tell people all my business, but they better know I'm over there. I'm not too far from the university.
You in Boulder?
Let's just keep it like that.
You in Boulder?
I'm not too far from the university. You know, I don't like people knowing my exact 20.
I'm gonna do you like let me say this. I'm gonna do you like Whitney Houston did.
Don't do nothing like don't be in
like
there. Don't be putting no salt on my auntie name now.
The forest is over, Bobby. The forest is over, Bobby.
I'm at the forest too. What we need at the redwoods, got a place there. What? Treetop. Bow.
Back to the show.
What we doing, Tam? What we doing?
Back to the show.
I'm wherever they need me.
You ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight. All right, so you be the loudest one in the room.
Don't be putting that in the universe. I'm where it's at. I'm always gonna be in the mix. They be like, where D at? Right here.
No.
Did somebody call me? You need me? You looking for me?
Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think D high. Put a 1 in the chat if you think put a 1 in the chat if you think D high. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think she high. Let me put 2 in the chat. No, I'm put a 1. 1 if D is high, 2 and no. Tracy, you say no? I put a 1. I think D high.
When am I high off of, Tamika? All I got over here is watermelon.
What is on the watermelon?
Lime juice.
I put lime juice on watermelon.
Oh my God.
She on I have to say she on an edible.
Trust me, if I was on the edible, I'll be over here with my eyes almost closed. That is not D on the edible. I'm not on anything. I'm on fruit. That's it. I got me a new little crinkle cut knife. But no, that's it. I've been on fruit all day. Fruit and water.
Natasha, no comment. Natasha, don't back down now, Shady Boots.
We already know you a double agent, boo.
Natasha Shady Boots Stevens, don't back down. Don't back down now, Shady Boots. All right, so billionaire VC Masoshi's son says ChatGPT moves him to tears that AI pushes him to ask, "What is mankind?" The reason why I brought this up is because I've been seeing a lot of talk about AI, and people making millions in AI and people making millions in tech with AI. And so I'm making a call to order to see for you all to use Chat GPT or any of the blog sites to make some content around things that you are studying. If you're studying AWS, if you're studying finances, or if you're studying Linux, whatever you're studying, go use AI to make some content around that, and use that to post to different blogs and so forth, right? Use that to post on your own website, or don't post anything, right? Just see what kind of content gets created so you can get some knowledge, and also just so you can share with others, right? Just check it out. You can post it in Slack. I like to take a look at it. I may read the article on the show. I may read the article on the show. I actually got some Chat GPT stuff that I did, some content that I had created. All right. So do not accept. All right. So y'all ready for this one? Cloud computing is no longer a slam dunk. And then I have this one here. Do not accept. Let me see. Oh yeah, new data centers are supercharging cloud computing in smaller African countries. Oh, we're gonna talk about that too. But I also have where this guy stated that they moved from the cloud back to on-prem. It's over at Basecamp. And let me look and see if I can find that. Let me see. Before we get into our cloud stuff, or leaving the cloud, let's put it right here. All right, Basecamp. We have left the cloud. Does anybody know who David Himner Hansen is? Let's go look.
Heinmeier.
What'd you say, Heinmeier?
Heinmeier. It might be Heinmeier.
Let me look that up real quick.
Definitely German.
He's Danish. So if you ever want to know who he was, he's the creator of Ruby on Rails. That's who he is. I'm the creator of Ruby on Rails, co-founder of Basecamp, and Hey, best-selling author, a Le Mans class winning racing driver, antitrust advocate, and investor in Danish companies. That's who he is.
How old is he?
You say, do he have a wife? He's 43. He has a spouse.
We can share.
His wife. Yeah, he's Danish. So if you ever know who created Ruby on Rails, there you go. He created Ruby on Rails. And Ruby is what people use for Puppet. If you're not familiar with Puppet programming language, not programming language, Puppet automation tool. The programming language behind Puppet is Ruby. The programming language behind Ansible is Python, right? So let's get into what he stated. Since it took us years to get to the cloud in the first place, I originally managed it would take us years to get out as well. But all that work to containerize our applications and prepare them for the cloud actually turned out to make it relatively easy to exit. And now, after 6 months of effort is done, we're out. The last application was brought home to our own hardware on Wednesday. In those 6 months, we brought home 6 heritage services that were no longer selling, but have committed to support for existing customers. and users until the end of the internet. Basecamp, Classic, High Rise, Rightboard, Campfire, Backpack, and the Tada list are all over a decade old, but continue to serve tens of thousands of people and generate millions of dollars in revenue. But now we're spending far less to operate them, and as a bonus to those users, provide a considerably faster paced experience due to the powerful new hardware. Now, this goes back into the conversation that we were having with Red Hat and Dell merging on getting the hardware. Um, Let me show that as well too. Dell and Red Hat partnership 2023 summit. Right, Red Hat and Dell Technologies. Let me see if we can get the video. All right, IBM Watson with Lightspeed, Watson Lightspeed, Watson Lightspeed. Why do I keep seeing Watson Lightspeed? Rule books, code assistant, code assistant. I see all the stuff about the code assistants, but I'm not seeing my IBM and I mean my Red Hat and my um Dell. That's what I'm looking for. 531 right here. So this one right here. Intel, Dell, and Red Hat unite to power AI and edge computing revolution. The partnerships are the backbone upon which innovation is sustained in enterprise computing space. Dell has strengthened its partnership with Red Hat to co-engineer a hybrid solution that ensures consistent extension of on-premise deployment, Red Hat OpenShift deployments across public clouds and the edge. And I've been telling y'all to look at the hybrid model because everybody keeps thinking everybody's going to the cloud, and they do, but they also have on their on-prem cloud as well. And so your things like your OpenShift and your VMware are just not going anywhere. But here we got Intel, Dell, and Red Hat working together because you do have things in, and not just in a data center, but your power plants. You have things that are in your submarines, in your ships. Let's ask this question, D. Let me ask this question. Let's do this. How much tech do you think is on a cruise ship?
98, 98.9, or actually 999, 100%.
The 5 nines. So here's the next question: what type of tech is on a cruise ship?
First, maritime tech.
Okay, and before y'all start answering, what type of tech do you think is on a cargo ship that's transporting cargo around the world?
I'm just going to liken it to like one big ass air tag. Like one big ass air tag with multiple air tags. Like logistically, for me, I like to start with the pieces. Like, what are the physical pieces on there? Like every physical piece on that cargo bin has a tracking number. The ship, the containers, the stuff inside the containers, the boxes, the product, the people, the mechanics of it. Like, it's all technology.
So when you say that, right? I'm gonna show you. Let's look at this. Autonomous ships.
I was just about to say, you don't even need nobody on the ship. I was waiting for it.
Autonomous ships, right?
Right, Kevin? Everything is automated.
Floating data centers. That's exactly what they are. So when I talk about where tech is at and where you find Linux is at and edge computing, and when you see companies like Dell and Intel and Red Hat and IBM and all of them combining to come together to make AI and edge computing faster, seamless, and so forth. You also have to remember who has to monitor and fix that tech as well too, because those are jobs, and who has to secure that tech, and what happens with that data, how to analyze that data, where's that data getting analysis at. So I don't know, do y'all want to see one of these in action?
Of course, yes.
You do? You want to see one of these autonomous ships in action?
You know I'm with it.
All right, I'm gonna show you one of these autonomous ships in action. All right, so let me go here. All right, let's go autonomous. I know I'm spelling this wrong. Cargo ship. All right, self-driving electric container ships, automated cargo ships. Let's look at this one here.
We've heard about self-driving cars and maybe trains, but there could soon be unmanned ships that are navigating open waters. In Norway, an all-electric and what is expected to be the world's first autonomous container ship is beginning a 2-year pilot, as Adrienne Murray reports from the south of the country.
Cruising quietly through a Norwegian field, this new ship is making waves. It's sailing to a nearby port on a voyage that's emission-free. At this fertilizer plant, up to 100 containers are loaded onto the Yara Birkeland. Here in the dock, this looks like an ordinary cargo ship, but under the deck, there's no engine or diesel. It's powered instead by batteries. There's a capacity of almost 7 megawatt hours, enough to power 90 Tesla cars, and that's supplied with clean hydro energy.
So what we see right here is
And if everything is ship-shape, 2 years from now, there won't be any crew on board at all.
In the beginning, I will be driving the ship more or less as I do today, and more will be taken over by electronics, robotics.
Data collected will train an algorithm, and eventually radar, sensors, and artificial intelligence cameras will help the vessel navigate by itself. Docking, loading cargo, and recharging batteries will also be automated. Both the fertilizer and shipping industries are big emitters, but around 40,000 truck journeys each year will be taken off the roads, saving 1,000 tons of CO2.
Now it is crew supported by autonomous systems. Then it will be autonomous systems supported by crew on board.
This?
And in the end, it will be autonomous.
All right. Let's go here. Autonomous data centers. And this was from 5 years ago. Let's look at Microsoft data center, and then we'll go look at the autonomous data centers.
The view may be generic, but this is actually one of my favorite places in the world. Why? Well, I think it represents the most important infrastructure of the 21st century. This is a part of Microsoft's Columbia data center campuses. These house the computers that fuel our lives. There are more than 20 buildings, each large enough to house 2 commercial aircraft. They fill 2 million square feet. They're spread out over 300 acres. But what's really interesting is what's inside. It's something that almost no one ever gets.
So this is why Microsoft buys land at 300 acres a pop. Microsoft buys land at anywhere from 3 to 500 acres at a pop. So that's why you'll see like people bidding on whole towns, because they just want the land for the whole town, and they just gonna put in a data center, and the town is gonna work at the data center, or they're gonna work in some capacity doing something for that data center, right? That's usually how it works. They do it with the distribution center, but they also do it with the data center. So let's get
Go
to
see. But come with me. It's COVID times. I need to wear my mask, but I'll show you around. Well,
So this is what your cloud looks like. This is your cloud. This is your cloud.
walk around. First, I've just spared you not just a metal detector, but what is probably the longest and most substantial security checkpoint you'll ever find on planet Earth. But what is so interesting to me is what you see here. This is just a glimpse of the types of server computers that we find in room after room and building after building on these campuses. There are almost 500,000 of these server computers. They store as much data as you would find in more than 50,000.
And these look like Dell computers too, from the look at them. They look like Dell, but they may be something else.
Libraries of Congress. And I think that captures so well how this really is the infrastructure for almost everything that we're engaged in today. The way you live your life, the way you do your work, the way research and development are all moving forward. It all relies on this enormous amount of data and this enormous amount of computing power. So you just see here so much innovation all connecting together. But actually, that's not the end of the story. Come back outside and I'll show you one more really interesting piece.
So I'm gonna give y'all this called the R&D. You can look this up. How much real estate does Microsoft own?
Campuses represent not only the most advanced digital infrastructure in the world, but some of the most advanced energy infrastructure as well. Why? Well, first, if we ever lose power from the electrical grid, we need to keep the computers running. There are more than 19,000 battery cells, each like the battery under the hood of your car, that will do just that. And at the same time that that happens, these big electrical generators will start operating as well. In fact, there's more than 140 of these generators on these campuses. Each of these will power the equivalent of 3,000 homes. The good news is with the latest advances in emissions technology, they actually give out less emission than a typical lawnmower you might use in your backyard. Each today runs on diesel fuel. In fact, there are tens of thousands of gallons of diesel fuel stored here, but not 10 years from now. We've said that by the end of the...
Correctly, 589 million square feet of real estate. And to put that in perspective, according to this, that is more than all of the office space in New York, or equivalent to about 220 Empire State Buildings. And that's as of 2020. Just to let you know how much real estate they own. How much real estate does Apple own? Apple owns 2,583 acres in 2016 to 7,316 acres, the company reported. So it said Apple owns about 8,000 acres of land across different states. 8,000 acres of land across the United States. Who you think is going to win out the land war? Microsoft. Microsoft is going to win that out. So when you think about how much land Microsoft has, do you still consider Microsoft a tech company? Is Microsoft a tech company? Or is it a real estate company?
It's a tech company with significant real estate holdings that probably has a real estate company.
So you wouldn't call it a real estate company?
It has several businesses under the umbrella.
Okay. Okay. Let's look at that. All right. So here's a list of mergers and acquisitions from Microsoft. Let me go down. I just want to get a list. All right, here we go. All right. We're going back. Let me bring it down a little bit so I can get the numbers in there. Yeah, I can get the numbers in there. Okay, yeah, y'all can see that. All right. For 14 million, they got Forethoughts in 87. For 174 million, they got Fox Software. Y'all remember Fox Software? It's old. For 130 million, which is the wholesale 3D visualization software, they got Soft Image. We'll keep going. One Tree Render, Network Managers, the Blue Ribbon Soundworks. For 133 million in 96, they got Vermeer Technologies. For 50 million, they bought eShop Inc. For 425 million in 1997, they bought Web TV Networks for 425 million. For 500 million, you know who they bought? Hotmail. Hotmail in 97 came under the fold of Microsoft, and everybody had a Hotmail account before Microsoft. They bought Hotmail for 500,000. Now the question is, how many people was in Hotmail?
Everybody. It was Gmail.
No, but I mean, how many people worked there?
Oh, how many people worked there?
Yeah. Right here. Sabir Bhatia and Jack Smith Hotmail. It was acquired in 1970 for an estimated 400 million and relaunched as MSN Hotmail, later rebranded as Windows Live Hotmail. It don't say how many people was there. No, it don't say how many people was there. I'm sure it wasn't a lot. This is how people made their money back in the day. They get a product, get it rebrand, and sell it to someone else. All right, where was I at? No, I lost my place. Is it on this one? Oh, I lost my place, D. Let me see. Is it this? No,
You're
that's
looking at the boats.
no. I'm looking at the companies that Microsoft had purchased
Oh, okay. I don't know if you got another something up.
right here. Firefly, Fastware Interactive. For 58 million, they bought defect detection software and this group called Sendit, an application out of Sweden. For 1.3 million, they bought Visio. How many of y'all use Visio to make your diagrams? Kind of similar to Lucid Chart. They bought the TV show, cable TV for 944 million, almost $1 billion for Titus Communications. Mongo Music. All right. Vacation Spot got bought for 70 million. Great Plains Software got bought for 939 million, almost a billion. Assemble got bought for $1 million. I don't know who Navision is, but they got out of Denmark. They bought them for 1.3 billion. I'm just going through here to see what else they bought in recent times. Let me see something here. Let's get back up to the top. Because what I'm showing you is some of these companies have died. They got bought out and they cleared the competition. For you not to ever hear from them again. All right. Activision Blizzard, they bought that one for 68 billion. LinkedIn, they bought LinkedIn for 26 billion. I guess Nuance, they bought them for 20 billion. Skype got bought for 18.5 billion. GitHub got bought for 7.5 billion. Nokia mobile phones unit 7.2 billion. So when you be asking like what other companies are under them, they do have a lot of companies, and some of the companies they integrate their payroll and certain things into their area, but into the company. But then certain companies have some companies are allowed to exist in the bigger company, and they keep it pushing, right? So when you see things like this right here, you have to, wonder like how much money do they really have? They got 589 million square feet. It's a lot of land. And he got his own personal set of land that he buying. When I say he, I'm talking about Mr. Gates himself. Right? So our stack on bringing home applications entirely to open source, we use KVM. I talk about this in Red Hat. Red Hat uses KVM. Ubuntu uses KVM. To slice our new monster 192 thread Dell R7625S into isolated VMs. Then Docker to run containerized applications, and finally manage remote server container MSRK. Look, I'm looking. All right, here we go. We spent about $500,000 buying 2 pallets of Dell. I thought that was Dell. Of servers from Dell, which combined 4,000 CPUs, 7,680 gigs of RAM, and 384 bytes of NVMe storage for the servers. I thought those were Dell machines, and they're probably running OpenShift on top of that or something like that, or vanilla Kubernetes on top of that. There you have it, right? All right. Cloud computing is no longer a slam dunk. Data center hardware is cheap and cloud costs are high, complicating the business case for public cloud usage. Here's a evaluation of your options. Let's see. Do I need to click on something? All right. Hitting the reset button. Okay, I guess. Yeah, my latest book explains the cloud computer should never be the go-to consumption model for all applications and data sets. Many companies are hitting the reset button for some systems already on cloud platforms, reparating them back to the traditional data centers for more attractive costs. Trying to keep their costs down. Go run Rosa in your AWS environment and leave it on there for a week and not come back. That's a good $1,000. 10 years ago, the reason for moving to the cloud consumption model were solid. We avoided the cost of hardware and software, this pain and the expense of maintaining these platforms, and leveraged computing and storage as a utility. The sale was operational cost savings first and foremost by avoiding many of the capital expenses, avoiding many of the capital expenses. The secondary benefits of the agility and the speed to deployment were the icing on the cake. So a lot of people are not staying in the cloud; they're coming back now, and I wanted to highlight that. In the meantime, in between time, have y'all been keeping up? You been keeping up with Africa?
Yes.
All right, new data centers are charging the cloud computing in smaller African countries. So you all should remember the great web pipeline underwater Africa video. Well, I don't want a video, I want an image. I want to showcase how this is going to look. And I kind of talked about this. I don't want a pipeline. Internet. Let's do image. So it's from Business Insider. Oh, we'll go ahead and look at images. I had it up a while ago, where they were showing how they were going to connect all of Africa all the way around and connect back up. But that's an important piece because you're seeing a very big pickup of Africa having more data centers. You're seeing a big pickup of Linux users, a lot of Linux users in Africa. Yeah, a lot of people still have a Hotmail account. I don't even think I could deal with anybody that got a Hotmail account. Like, if you're using it as your business, I'd be like, why?
Oh, as your business, absolutely. But just a personal, you're not with the Hotmail. Is it dating that person if they have a Hotmail account?
No, I'm talking about you got it as your business.
Like, that's unprofessional. As your business.
I can't find the web connection. It was a thing. Business Insider and they were showing how Africa is gonna receive their no, that's not it. Looks like a bit of that. When I find it, I'll post it in Slack because it's all coming together over there. And so, with that being said, I just wonder what this supercharging cloud computing in smaller countries is going to look like. It says a new generation of data centers, and blow it up some, are being built in Africa's smaller economies, fueling $5 billion in the job market. Data centers, which house digital infrastructure such as servers and cables, enable faster connections and ability to store the data of tens of millions of people. In doing so, they improve the experience of using online services such as banking and streaming. Right? And they also trying to show. I personally think putting the when you have data centers built in your I don't want to say village in your nearby city, suburban city, let's say it that way. And you got the data centers out there. You're also changing the landscape to access as well too, because I'm sure those numbers go up as far as pay, or they could be the same, right? Could be the same, right? So cloud computing going back, edge computing, cloud computing coming out of the cloud going back on prem. Then we got edge computing, and let's look at the 10 industries for IT talent. Right, the highest paying industries for IT talent. What do you think they are, D? What's one?
Just had that pulled up. The 10 highest paid industry. We're talking about one. Security got to be one.
Let's go. Consulting is number one. Now, what was the number that I talked about on the first show for the open shift? I ended the show with it. What was the number for the hourly consulting? Heather, I know you know. Do you got the number? You remember what it was?
Mm-mm.
$175 an hour. Number two, healthcare. Not going anywhere, gonna always be here.
All you nurses, you CNAs, all you people over there in the healthcare industry, what's wondering what's going on? It's cracking.
All right. It says technology has evolved at a rapid pace in healthcare settings, spiking the demand for talented IT and tech professionals. It's an industry that handles critical, private, and sensitive data. So there's consistent demand for security and data. Cybersecurity and data professionals. But you'll also find high demand for software engineers, data analysts, business analysts, data scientists, sysadmins, and help desk technicians. Finance, we know that. Software, we know that. Aerospace and defense. You don't say.
Yes, they say.
You don't say.
They say.
I wonder who told them that.
The numbers.
Consumer goods, entertainment, utilities, and energy. I wonder why they went over entertainment. Telecommunications and insurance.
The people need that link. I don't think they're going to be able to get in there. CIO has got a paywall.
I don't think so. Not for this article. Here, I put it in the back chat. Yeah. All right. Last but not least, let's talk about it. So everybody's up in arms with Red Hat right now. They mad. They big mad. Here we go. Let me blow it up some more. All right, something odd happened to get.centos.org last week. The repository of Red Hat traditionally published the source code to everything that's a part of RHEL to fulfill the requirements of the GPL license. Last week, those packages just stopped flowing. Updates weren't being published, and finally, Red Hat has published why. Red Hat has decided to continue to use the customer portal to share source code with our partners and customers while treating CentOS Stream as the venue for collaboration with the community. Right? That's what they said. Sounds innocuous, but what's really going on here? Let's have a look at the Red Hat family: RHEL, CentOS, Fedora. Right? Fedora being upstream, CentOS being upstream, and and all those being upstream to Red Hat Enterprise Linux, right? So RHEL is an enterprise Linux distribution that Red Hat bread and butter. Fedora is RHEL's upstream distribution, whereas changes happen fast and things continually break. CentOS, it started off as a repackaging of RHEL as allowed under the GPL and other open software licenses for people who like the stability but didn't need the software that you're just paying for when you use RHEL. All right. Red Hat overtook the reins of the CentOS back in 2014. Those didn't know, now you know. All right. And it says also that this placed CentOS Stream between the upstream of Fedora and the downstream for RHEL. Some people missed the stability of the old CentOS. In response, a handful of efforts spun up to fill the gap. Like at Alma Linux and Rocky Linux, these projects took the source code from the getcentos.org and rebuilt them into usable community operating systems, staying closer to RHEL. But what they realized is too, I think they also realized they was going to miss out on some money, right? Red Hat published a longer statement elaborating on the growth of the CentOS Stream, but it ends with an interesting statement. Red Hat customers and partners can access RHEL sources via the customer and partner portal in accordance with their subscription agreement. What exactly is that subscription agreement? Well, according to Alma Linux, that we understand it today, Red Hat user interface agreements indicates that republishing sources acquired through the customer portal will be a violation of those agreements. So now it's a violation of those agreements. So what that does mean, if you're violating the agreement, and I am CentOS, and I really match up my stuff with Red Hat or any other company, now you just can't. They're like, no, y'all don't played enough, and now we want our money back. Now this has been an ongoing fight. This has been an ongoing fight. Was his response. Hey, hello community, no need to panic. We're looking into Red Hat announcement this morning and the implications for us. We will keep the community updated as we have a clear understanding on how we can work with or plan on moving forward. So, this is where we're at. I think this was a move to keep money in-house. Again, those that were using CentOS was making money off of Red Hat. Because all they would do is pay, all they would do is buy, all they would do is offer support for CentOS. Here is the CentOS Stream will now be the sole repository for public RHEL related source code releases. Read about that change. CentOS Stream announces changes affecting access to the RHEL source code. This was always a possibility. Currently, strategizing helps to ensure no disruption for Rocky Linux users. the RESF and partner remain committed to providing a solid solution. But if they can't get the code for Rocket Linux may be dying. You gotta go find somebody else to impersonate. Somebody said it took them long enough. So again, bringing it all in-house. Let me see what else we got left in here. I talked about the workshops earlier with SANS.org. Let me look and see if there's anything else, D. I wanted to talk about Condoleezza Rice, but
It didn't come up for.
No, that was this. All right, folks. Let's see, we got a comment here. Oh, hello. I'm making sure I got everything. The only other thing I think were important announcements this week was let me go to Women in Linux Slack. And then let's go in the general section. Okay. I'm looking through these Fed Scoop ones right here. SAIC wins the $1.3 billion Treasury Cloud contract. 1.3 billion. Let me see. Let me see what else. That means more jobs. In case you were wondering why I mentioned that. It means more jobs. I mean, look. There was one more announcement that I thought was important, and I was like, I want to make sure I get that out. Might have went back too far. Might have went back. Okay, here you go, right here. IBM plans 1.7 billion dollars to its IT enterprise front door. They already offered billions before, all right, like with the IRS. But now here we are. The IRS plans $1.7 billion update to its IT enterprise front door. Now the question is, if this came up, would you be able to do the work on this project? The IRS awards Accenture and Maximus IT modernization contract worth up to $2.6 billion. So guess who's gonna be hiring?
Accenture and Maximus.
Right. And
like crazy.
Yeah, and let me see. IRS jobs with Linux. So you got Glassdoor, got some stuff. You got some stuff. Looks like you got some stuff out here on Indeed. Yep. I don't know. They may not be taking notes, D. 97 jobs in I guess Land, Florida. See, those are the jobs that are available. DevOps engineer. This is old. So let's look up DevOps IRS. This came out 3 days ago. IRS awards Citizens Ant a $12 million task for account management services. Everybody's out here creating and selling. What's going to be your move? The next week, when we come back, I'm going to break down all the different avenues that you can get into, that you can use Linux to escalate your career. And then I'm going to give you the actual range on those careers as well too. So that's going to be a big breakdown of the different fields that Linux, well, where Linux is at, and the cost breakdown. I shouldn't say cost, the salary breakdown of that. Right? Any questions so far, D?
No,
Quiet as
they over there getting self-scammed.
quiet as a church.
Scamming their own selves.
All right. Did you have anything to add?
Thank everybody for coming out. We appreciate you. Come on and meet us over at the meetup on Wednesdays. We look forward to gelling with everybody. As Tam stated before,
we gotta get one in person. We gotta get one in person, and we gotta do one online. I like the meetups on Wednesday, but I mean, like, we need to just have like the camera. Everybody turn on the camera and sit down and exchange stories.
Yeah, we can do that. I think the issue with that is, and we have to be on camera as well. But I think the time is that everybody's doing something at that time, because it's probably dinner time. People just getting home from work, and so those who can, we should just start making it a best practice to put the camera on, because we do like seeing everybody. It's getting kind of stale with no camera.
We're not smart money chick. I'm not talking about in person. I'm talking about virtually.
But some people be cooking and listening. We were working with those kids, all type of stuff. So, smart money, it's manifestation. We're putting it out in the universe, because we're trying to manifest it with these schedules. So our team, we are growing the team in aspects, but also we are maximizing the manpower that we have, which in this case is woman power. So, my clone is in the works.
Today you driving the list. Yeah, see? Just prove my point.
My clone might be in the city near you. So, look out. Driving and listening, people will do a whole bunch of stuff. So, I appreciate everybody for showing up. We are putting something on the schedule for the YouTube earners membership for tomorrow. I'm waiting on Tam for a time so that I can go ahead and put that on the schedule. Are you doing 300 and 500 together?
No, they'll be separate.
Oh, okay. Cool beans. So you heard it from Tam. They will be separate for tomorrow.
And then the other thing we got to do is a binary hustler show. See, they get quiet every time I say that. Y'all see who the culprit is.
I was typing. I was typing.
Y'all see who the culprit is. Why we don't never have a binary hustler show.
No. You are not going to begin this show picking on me and end the show picking on me. Absolutely not.
Me? I would never pick on you. When did I pick on you?
Don't clutch your pearls on me.
When did I pick on you?
Don't clutch your pearls on me. Don't do it.
We're just asking.
So yeah.
Oh, and one other thing too. This is another thing I was thinking about. Uh, the 12th of July. That's a Wednesday. I don't know how do you do polls on here? How did I create
Hold
a
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Isn't it in the community?
No, you could create a poll on the channel. What I wanted to know is, should Wednesday class be live or should we keep it off camera? We do have Frank Kim coming on that Wednesday. It'd be good showing for Frank Kim. Let me show you who he is. Hold on one second. Let me get him up. And I think y'all will find him informative. I don't know why this is doing that, but okay. Frank. Yeah, here we go. All right, here is Frank Kim. He used to be over at SANS.org. He's now a CISO advisor and educator. He went into the venture world. He left he's still doing security, but he's in the venture world. So basically, he's a venture advisor and CISO in residence at YL Ventures. And you can see here, he was a fellow at SANS Institute, and that may be a little small. He was a fellow at SANS Institute, a curriculum director, and a chief and a CISO, all at SANS. And he left, and he is now doing venture capitalists as on the security side, right? So venture capitalists on the security side, buying companies and so forth and so, are growing them and so forth, right? So Ed Kim, that's what uh Frank Kim does. I had Ed Kim. I'm like Ed Kim, Frank Kim, but
I
yeah,
was thinking the same thing, and I was like, those are not the same.
they're not the same. Yeah,
They're
Frank
not.
Kim, right? And that's him right there, Frank. Um, what can you do to invest in your future and further your cybersecurity career? YL Ventures. Why am I joining YL Ventures? And here is his take on it. And he goes into why he joined and so forth and so on. So it's interesting for someone to leave tech and become a venture capitalist, but not really. It's kind of like go hand in hand, because at some point you made enough money and now you want to go try something new. Like how much money you think Sam Altman is worth? Do y'all know who that is? Y'all know who Sam Altman is? Well, let me share with you who he is. Let me pull it up. This is who Sam Altman is. You all heard of him, but you just probably never heard of the name.
I'm looking at it. I'm
Sam Altman says he doesn't need equity in the $27 billion open AI because he already has enough money and is motivated by other selfish benefits. It's like, I don't need that. So Sam Altman. He said he's worth. They say he's worth about $250 million, but that's probably on the low end because some of his investments probably have not cashed in yet, as far as equity stake in those companies or whatever companies. Okay, now here it is. It says Sam Altman's net worth is 500 million. That looks better. I'm like, he worth more than 250. Sam Altman has an estimated net worth of 500 million. He said he don't need to be a part of Open AI. He got enough. He got enough money. $500 million. Would you turn down more money, D?
He already the president. No, don't sprinkle
So you wouldn't turn
things
you.
I got to do.
I'm saying if you had a chance to get more money, would you turn it down? You already got 500 million.
So, so the question is, will I turn it down because I don't want to do the job, or I'm doing the job for free? Like,
No, you're not doing the job. You just get an equity stake in the company. You're already worth 500 million, but you're
oh,
like,
and am I just gonna wait for my equity to cash out, or do they need to pay
no,
me
you don't
while
even
I'm
want the
there?
equity. You don't even want the equity. You just want to see it grow.
Oh, so I'm just on there being nosy. Just
You just helping out.
no, no, because for me, that the money, I could be doing good deeds with that money. I would put that money into good deeds. You know, folks need water.
Now another one says, and this is what I don't like about some of these. One of them said his net worth is 2 billion.
Yeah, I can do good stuff with that money.
Yeah, they says after Microsoft purchase, however, his personal net worth skyrocketed, increasing it to almost 10 times. Sam Altman's wealth amounts to 2 billion, making him one of the newest billionaires in the world.
And his boo was cute too.
Hmm.
His boo was cute, Oliver.
Oh, I know he had a boo. How
You
did you
know,
know?
because when I go over to San Francisco to get my money, you know, over to California, I gotta, just making sure who's the who over there for my new program manager gig.
I'm just saying, would y'all turn down the money in the chat? If you got a chance to make more, possibly billions, would y'all turn it down? Oh, and shout out to what you call it for being part of a sports franchise. Uh, what's his name? One from North Carolina. The rapper.
Jay-Z?
The rapper from North Carolina. What's his name? Gosh, I can't remember his name right now. J.
J.
Cole.
Cole? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. His is overseas though, right? His team?
No, he got in with the sale from Michael Jordan of what you call it?
Oh, he did? That Michael Jordan is a quiet riot, boy. He is like, sell it off. Catch me on the course.
What is the North Carolina team? North Carolina, Michael Jordan. Yeah, J. Cole, Eric Church among the group buying Michael Jordan's stake in the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, J. Cole. Shout out to J.
I'm not
Cole.
mad. Just shout out. He is over there killing. I mean, he got his Dreamville, he got his record company. Ari Lennox is his artist. I mean, J. Cole, he's over there doing it.
Speaking of doing it, let me put this up. Y'all gotta watch IBM. Old
He is
company.
over there getting it.
Old company. Y'all gotta watch them. So IBM could be close to acquiring software company Apito for nearly $5 billion deal as soon as this weekend. $5 billion they buying them for. They bought Red Hat for 34. It says it helps business track their use of software and services usage as well as financial costs. Will fit into IBM's goal to hone in on the hybrid cloud and automation technology. Hybrid cloud and automation technology. You all need to hit up VMware conference. You can do a VMUG session, but it's coming up August the 21st through the 24th. Here's the prices. I know the CTO advisor is going to be there. So they look like they're around. Early bird just missed it, June 6th. Last chance savings, $20.95. You get a VMUG discount, regular registration, and on-site registration. Attend, agenda. That they don't have it. They don't have all the stuff set up yet. But yeah, I would go look at one of the VMUGs. It's in Vegas. VMUG conference. YouTube. Yeah. Look at a VMUG meeting and so forth and see what they talk about and get interested in that. They're not going anywhere, so this is another way to get into tech, really. You can go on dice.com and you can type in VMware. I know it's old. People are like, oh, that's old tech. Yeah, whatever. Just another way to get in, do remotely. They came back with 1,500 jobs there. Senior VMware engineer, ABS, Tanzu, Windows system engineer, VMware cloud engineer, IT VMware virtualization, AIX. Contract work over in Eugene, Oregon. SolarWinds administrator. Senior Linux, Azure, it's going to all fall under multiple things. A Japanese bilingual server engineer. Yeah. Now's the time to invest in a soccer team. The popularity and the big name players are starting to come play in the U.S. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if the Arabs make a team in the U.S. The Arabs. That's why I won't be surprised. The Dubaians. How about that?
The Arabs.
The Arabs. I said what I said. The Arabs.
You did say what you said.
The Arabs.
I hadn't heard it in so long.
Yeah.
The Arabs.
The Arabs.
The Arabs.
I know they're Arabs.
I know, but it was so funny. It sounded like my grandmother.
The Arabs. Right? But no, I wouldn't be surprised, Kevin, if they wouldn't put the team together. Didn't they just buy the PGA golf tournament tour and stuff? Didn't they just buy that? Why not get the best soccer players and put them on a powerhouse team and put it right here in the United States? Or they can do it overseas, it don't matter. Do they have a team? Does Dubai? have a soccer team?
They created a fund for one. Yes. Emirates. I think didn't you send me something about it?
No, that was something else. Oh yeah, they got one, 1945. I know, no.
You sent me
No,
something about them.
that was the PGA tour.
No, this was that they created a fund to get us. He was like the highest paid soccer player, and it was like $63 million, like through the Emirates.
Not sure about that. But anyway, when we're looking, oh, that's another thing. Since we're talking about Dubai, how many of y'all will be willing to go work in Dubai working on Linux? No, maybe. You're not sure?
Here we go. Let's send it.
Let me look. Okay, so Dubai.
Hold on, look, here it is right quick. There you go. Let's check it out before we log off. I have to get out of it. It is eating up my system resources.
Let me see if I can find it here. Dubai Linux. All right, so you all like to travel overseas and so forth. But here's how you could travel overseas. Another way is you can get a job working in Linux, cyber or whatnot, and then go overseas and work in Dubai. So senior Linux configuration support. And there are different companies that have this. Like, look, Canonical has one.
And this is to physically work overseas or to work
Yeah,
remote?
no, physically work in Dubai. Yeah, you gotta be there to physically work on their stuff. But you can go overseas, and this is how you go overseas. You get a job like uh something doing security, cryptography, Linux administration, OpenShift, whatever, and you use your skill sets to travel overseas to get overseas tech job. That's how you do that. But you can work with companies that allow that, right? So the companies like Accenture, there's one company that comes up, and you can look at careers for Accenture, and then you can go. And again, those that are looking for entry level jobs, here's Accenture with entry level jobs, entry level careers, and internships. You're looking for entry level jobs, right? It's an apprenticeship. I keep talking about apprenticeships versus internships. Apprenticeships are for those that people that don't have a technical background and want to transition into tech, but also get paid at the same time while getting training. Right? Entry level consulting development program in South Tampa, right here. They got a consulting program, right? Where they show you how to consult. Kickstart your consulting career by joining one of Accenture's development programs. Leverage your skill sets or leverage your skills and strengths to help our customers solve the most pressing business challenges, embracing latest technology to become the best version of themselves, right? They want you to have a bachelor's degree in any major, with a graduation date of no later than September 2023. You enter to their consulting development program, and they go through, you go through that. So that's another way. See, they got them in the Northeast, they got them in South Dallas, and that's their entry level. I'm going to page 2. Entry level technology development program, they have that as well. So that's just their entry level stuff, right? And they're showing you how to be a consultant, because that's what Accenture is known for
And
consulting.
it looks like they have something called returnships as well under the apprenticeship program on that page. And they're like, you're looking to restart your career after an 18-month break. Apply for a returnship. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is super cool. And it's a 16-week paid returnship for experienced technology professionals. So that's good business.
Mm-hmm.
Dig into the returnships.
Let's see, filter results. All right, so let's now go to, here we go. They have jobs: Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Colombia, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Greece, Japan. So you want to go to Japan. All right. So we got a filter here. Let me just type in Linux here. May have to make this a little smaller for my liking. All right. 29 jobs. It looks like it didn't filter out on Japan. But I just typed in Linux, but I'm gonna go back here and filter results. Yeah, I wanted Japan. Let's look cookie settings. Sure. Advertising. I gotta get that off. Why can't you go away? Thank you. All right, let's back out a little bit so I can see. All right, and let's type in Linux, and then we're gonna filter results here, and let's go Japan. I didn't like my J there, so let's go to Japan, and now we go update. Didn't change it over to Japanese for me as well too. Anyway, they got 4 jobs: marketing and communication, software engineering, business technology integration. 2 jobs in that, and then software engineer. So you can start looking at it that way, finding companies that are international. You could probably look up AWS. Let's do that. And then let's filter results again. Let's go to Australia. Update. 42 jobs. Amazon, AWS, Amazon Connect engineer, DevOps engineer, cloud developer, network infrastructure, network architect, senior network consultant, cloud architect, data engineer. Again, you have different ways to get overseas if you all want to travel overseas and work and still have your U.S. citizenship and then come back, right? Have your U.S. citizenship and come back. All right. Let's see what you have in here in the chat, D. Oh, that was Saudi. I was thinking something else, but I
Okay.
can't get to it. But yeah, I see it. They create a league. Yeah, the League of Leagues, the best and the best. Yeah. So again, don't let your skill set stop you or keep you from branching out and making the most money that you can. Also, don't stop it. Don't let people stop you from branching out and traveling. People come with all kind of excuses on why you can't do something or where you can't be or whatever the case may be. Here it is. I'm just showing you how you can take your skill sets internationally. I'll do. I mean, maybe I add some international jobs next week. Maybe I add some international jobs next week. All right. Until then, it's time to eat.
Thank you
Y'all
guys
be
for coming out. We appreciate you.
all
See
right
you
now.
tomorrow for your earners and Wednesday for everyone else.
Oh yeah, and don't forget the one-on-ones. Sign up for one-on-ones if you need a one-on-one this week.
I'll be putting up that schedule actually today after I get off of here, after our schedule for the earners for tomorrow. We'll do 4 o'clock my time for earners.
We still be in our meeting.
No, the meeting starts at 1 o'clock. It won't be a 3-hour meeting.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
4 o'clock.
that's fine. I said, okay, that's fine.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one.